Happy Fragrant Friday, Fragheads. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a new, Albany, New York got it this week, review. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well, my friends. Happy Fragrant Friday, and of course, this is the channel that welcomes you to your weekend. You have seen the title in the description, so you know I'm checking out none other than Bentley for Men. So this is the EDT version. This is the Eau de Toilette 2013 original release. And before I do the full review here, let me quickly say this is yet again another bottle sent in by subscriber and friend Brian. Many of you guys have mentioned to me privately that sometimes you don't comment because naturally, if I'm doing a full review on one fragrance, if you haven't worn it, you might not have too much to say, and I totally get that. But what I'd like you to do is please comment down below with two things. Number one is let me know your scent of the day. I always enjoy seeing what juice you're rocking, especially Julio's, who as soon as he leaves his fragrance, I go to Fragrantica and I learn more about the fragrance world. Man, to have Julio's collection. And then the second thing is please do me a favor and leave some well wishes for Brian. He is in Georgia, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but I think it's Hurricane Helene. It's Hélène, but I think it's Helene is what people are saying. He has been affected by Hurricane Helene, and it's my understanding as of yesterday, 90% of the state has its electricity back. But for all that have been affected by the hurricane, I want you to know that I hope you're doing well. And please, again, if you're watching this episode, comment and let everyone know who's been affected by the hurricane that we are thinking about them and wishing you guys the best. So, Brian sent in this bottle right at the end of last year when I was finishing off the channel, and I'm starting back up, of course. You know that. And I didn't have a chance to review this one. So I'm so happy to start off my reviews in TCG 2.0. With this full review. And don't forget, if you guys just clicked on this, don't know much about the channel, but you're looking for the fragrance, I do a bite-sized version of it in one take, 4 minutes or less. So if you don't want me to have, this kind of conversational tone and you're like, dude, I don't really care about your projection and longevity and all this, where it was made and, what town in Belgium it was the origination. If you don't care about any of that, just check out the bite-sized version. I talk in exciting YouTube format, right? I talk really fast and really loud. And in this one, the full review, I like to sit back and really have a full conversation and give it the attention and the detail that a fragrance merits. So I usually do about 20 to 30 minutes. Make sure that you please comment, of course, and always subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps out my small, humble, yet completely independent channel. It means a lot to me. My episodes come out every Friday, of course. All right, so this is a 2013 release. This is an Oriental Spicy, and you guys know that I'm a huge fan of Natalie Lorson. I have always said and will keep saying that she is my second favorite parfumée. I love Natalie Lorson's work. I feel like Alberto Morillas is probably the grand master, in my opinion, when it comes to fragrance. That said, I feel like she is another one. She's a close, silver medalist. But I will say she definitely takes the gold, if we're going to keep with our Olympics analogy, with the notion of giving you the biggest bang for your buck. Natalie Lorson, it looks like it's Nathalie Lorson, I think would be in French, but it looks like Natalie, but doesn't have an H in there. So it looks like Nathalie Lorson, Lorson. She is, to me, the best in the fragrance world in terms of giving you the best bang for your buck. when you look at reviewers who do best cheapies or best, whatever to do on a budget, a lot of her fragrances show, and this one is no exception. In fact, what I said in the review for the Bentley for Men Intense will also work for this one, which is if you have $50 and you're on a limited budget, $50 bill, and you wanted to have 2 fragrances for the whole year that smell great, last a long time, and garner a lot of compliments, you would do this. You would buy Nautica Voyage for the spring and the summer, and then you would buy one of these 2, Bentley for Men or Bentley Intense for Men, for the fall and winter. That simple. End of story. I'm not changing my tune whatsoever. If I were on a very, very, very limited budget, I would buy those 2 and then just be very, very happy with those 2 purchases. This is another one that could easily be at the $70 to $100 price point. I'm certainly glad it's not, but it could be. So this again, of course, this is from Bentley. You can see this is from the British car company, luxury car. This is the closest right here. This is the closest I will ever be to a Bentley. And they're incredibly expensive, and I'm happy that their fragrances are not. So again, you can have a 3.4 ounce, 100 milliliter bottle for 25 to 35 US dollars. That is just simply outstanding. And by the way, I do take that in consideration when I do the review, the rating here for this fragrance, because man, I mean, it really doesn't get much better than that. So that is 2013 Parfumées Natalie Lorson. Now let's take a look at the box and the bottle. You can see here that it comes in a quite nice shiny box. And it has the batch code on the box and the bottle, and the batch code is B0B22. That's not an O, that's a 0. B0B22. And this version is February of 2022. Now, the bottle, of course, has the symbol, but then it also has, again, kind of the notion of, car motif. And the atomizer is outstanding. This thing never leaks. And I mean, you can see that it's incredibly ergonomic. I really like that. I'll give you a spray here. And now the kitchen is going to smell of the initial blast. Let's take a look at the notes. This is... I want to speak clearly and also in full disclosure. You guys beg for these episodes because you know that I will tell you how I objectively feel about this. I do want you to know in full disclosure that a lot of commenters in Fragrantic have said the exact opposite of what I'm about to say. The top notes are bay leaf, black pepper, and bergamot. And then the mid notes are woodsy notes, rum, cinnamon, and sage. And then the bottom notes are leather, benzoin, which I think is what's creating a vanilla-like scent, patchouli, and cedar. For me personally, I don't care for the initial blast. The boo birds are going to come out because for me personally, I find the initial blast of the EDT a little too medicinal, number one, and number two, I don't find it well blended. It's Frankenstein-y with the bergamot here. You have this citrus, energetic blast mixed with black pepper, and for me, it doesn't work. I find the initial blast off-putting, and I want you to know that that is not the common sentiment. That's just my take. For me personally, this thing really shines from the half-hour point onward. So once we get close to the mid, we're looking at woodsy notes, rum, and cinnamon. Really, this fragrance comes down to one, do you like cinnamon and do you like rum? That's what it's coming down to. If you do not like a boozy quality and if you don't like cinnamon mixed with, sweet, like a benzoin, a vanilla-like fragrance, you're just not going to like this fragrance. End of. I personally, I love cinnamon, and so it's all about getting out of the initial blast. When you put on a fragrance and you go to work or you go to a social event, it's going to take you at least a half hour, correct? So what I love about it is by the time you get somewhere is where this guy's really starting to shine. And so I actually love the rum, the boozy quality, and I love very much so the cinnamon balm element to it. So if you don't like cinnamon and rum, as I said, it's just not going to be your thing. There's just no way around that. It's going to be too sweet with the benzoin and the rum. It's going to be too boozy, and it's going to be the warm spices of the cinnamon are just really going to be too strong for you. That can never happen in my world. So I absolutely love the cinnamon balm quality to this fragrance. It's just great, actually. I love this. Very clear winter and fall. And I'm saying it in that order because I see it more shining in the heart of winter. But this is definitely a fall winter or winter fall fragrance, no doubt. And of course, with Halloween approaching, it's just perfect that I'm busting this out now. So day night. I'm trying my best not to compare it at all to the intense version because I will be doing that next week. But in this review, let me just say, I see this as a day or night. The reason why I'm hesitant is because I feel like with the bergamot, I feel like this one is a little bit more approachable for the day. It's still associated with the night, but my point is you could wear this to the office. What I would not do, though, is wear too much of this, because if you're going to wear it in close quarters, if you're in meetings and boardrooms and things like that, you would definitely want to be very careful and go easy on the trigger. And of course, if I had to choose, I would say it's more for evening wear than it is day. That said, though, it's relatively close because I would wear this to the office. Absolutely, I would. No doubt. I enjoy this. I find it highly versatile. Other than, probably the heat of the summer. Would I reach for something like this at 100 degrees, Fahrenheit? Probably not. Well, I probably would, actually, because I just love it that much. But you get my point. A lot of people are not going to associate it with summer. So, yeah, I would say if I had to choose, evening and night wear, but definitely could be worn with the office, to the office, but go easy on the trigger. So let's talk about longevity and projection, actually, now that we're there. Longevity here is another one that's just outstanding. For an EDT, see, the reason why I'm a harsh critic, and because I can be cranky sometimes and cantankerous and irritable, and is because of fragrances like this. Because you can, for $25 to $35, this one will give you easily a 6 to 8 hour work shift, wear. And oftentimes I find myself saying things like, well, it's 6 to 8 hours, but closer to 6. This is not. This will get you to 8, and it is easily a full work shift. And by the way, even if you're going inside, outdoors, walking outdoors, this will not dissipate. This one is very good, excellent, I would say, longevity for an EDT. And then also on the projection element, I would say it's another one that's going to be a full 3 feet away from the body, and for the first 6 to 7 hours, and then it'll start to quote unquote settle down a little bit and get closer to the skin. So, this would be a great one to wear out for drinks or for dinner. And if you were in close quarters, whether it be in a boardroom or whether it be on a romantic night out or night in, then I would say be very careful with something like this, because you could choke out the room, no doubt. That said, you guys know I like my fragrances to project and last a long time, and if they're not, I'm certainly not going to pay a high buck for that. Other people could care less. Other people think, hey, if it smells great, I don't wear fragrances for others. I wear them for me, and that's just it. And that's the beauty of the fragrance community, is that we all have diverse takes on these fragrances. That's why the reviews are so much fun and fulfilling to watch and to make. So again, 6 to 8 hours. Longevity and projection is just fantastic. Sillage, so the scent trail that you're going to leave when you're coming in and out of rooms is also going to be outstanding. You're going to get noticed. People are going to ask you about this one, and what I like is they're not going to necessarily, who doesn't wear Christian Dior's Sauvage and all the ones that are popular, and it deserves it. There's no hate here. It's not necessarily my thing, but the Paco Rabannes, the 1 Millions, they're great. They're great. But I think when you tell people, oh, this is Bentley for men or Bentley Intense for men, I think it's kind of cool that you're probably going to be the first person that is wearing that for them, and they're not expecting that as a response. So that'll be, it has a certain exclusive element to it that I like. Usually exclusive means expensive. So it's exclusive and inexpensive. So that's a nice combination. Right up my alley. Now you're speaking a dad's language. So that's where we're at. The sillages coming in out of rooms will be a very, very robust scent trail that will leave definitely people asking you if you like to garner compliments, if you like to get attention, if you like it when people ask you what you're wearing, you definitely will with something like this. Actually, let's do age group. If I had to, because of the bay leaf, because of the rum, I have a feeling in practice what's going to happen normally would be 40 and up. This would be another one that would be a nice Valentine's Day gift. It would be a nice Father's Day gift. That said, though, I'm not gonna use the word mature. I'm not. I'm just really looking at it in a practical sense of, I bet a lot of the guys who like the booziness mixed with cinnamon are going to be 40 and up. Now, because of the price point, though, and the fact that it is great for evening and nighttime, don't be surprised. Could a guy 21 or younger even to 39 pull this off? Of course. Some fragrances really, really mark a certain age group and other ones not so much. I would say this one is a not so much category. I have a feeling, though, that most people who would say this is their signature scent would probably be 40 and up. But I want to be clear in saying that this is not a quote-unquote old man or mature scent by any stretch of the imagination, especially with the car. A lot of the car companies now are putting out fragrances, and many of them are middle schoolers and high schoolers and college students. So it's going to be all over the map when it comes to this fragrance. Let's do masculine and feminine, actually. This is kind of fun because this is my first review in 14, 15 months. So I'm going over these categories again. As far as this one is definitely in the heart of masculine. If you believe in masculine and feminine as a marketing tool, then this would be something that is going to be worn by probably, I would say, 90-10 split. I would say 90% of the people who have this will be men, and I'll do 85, actually. I'll do 85. The rum and the benzoin with the vanilla, the sweet element is very appealing, and a woman could pull this off. So I'm going to say 85-15. 85% in practice will be guys wearing this, rocking this juice, especially as their signature scent, and 15% will be the ladies. It's a for men release, and I do think in the marketing is for men, and I do think, again, in actual people who wear it will be mostly guys. Or women buying it for their man. It's a very attractive, sexy scent, and again, especially after the first half hour, in my estimation. Okay, so let's get down to the rating. You guys know that I do a rating of 5 sprays. I do not have half sprays. 1 and 2 is a pass, pretty much. 3 depends. Actually, I have some 3s in my collection. Doesn't necessarily mean I wouldn't get it. And then a 4 and 5 is usually something that it is something that I would want in my collection. So this one is, I gave Bentley for Men Intense a 5 out of 5, and I'm going to give this one another 5 out of 5 sprays review. Don't forget that I do have the elusive 6 out of 5. This one actually would come dangerously close to a 6 out of 5 because I really enjoy this fragrance a lot. I don't know how. I guess the only way someone wouldn't like it is if they just don't like sweet, boozy, and cinnamon. And that's it. Otherwise, my God, what more do you want for a fall winter at $25 for a full bottle? Félicitations, Nathalie Lorsan, who always gives you a bang for your buck. Man, she's amazing. So I'm going to go 5 out of 5. I would be tempted normally to dock a spray for the initial blast, but I'm not going to for 2 reasons. Number one is I do want to honor the fact that most people disagree with me. Actually, most people really like the bergamot mixed with the black pepper. I just don't. But the main reason is because I feel like it's offset by the incredible price point. So I'm not going to dock any sprays at all. In fact, I'm just going to say, again, as a lover of cinnamon and sweet fragrances and woodsy notes, you would think I would really like this, and I do. So this is a 5 out of 5 sprays for my rating system. Bentley for Men. And as I said, if you would like the comparison between the Bentley for Men and the Bentley for Men Intense, I will be comparing the two for next week's episode. Okay, so this one is 1 on each side of the neck, 1 on each wrist, and 1 on the jersey. Let's see who can name it. Let's see, not necessarily the player, but let's see who can name. I'm not even going to show you the whole thing. I don't think it says the team. Nah, I can go. Yeah. So let's see who can name the team, and I'll even give you an extra point if you can name the player. That's going to be really tough. I'll give you a hint. I'm really old, okay? I am shockingly old. I am, Jeremy Fragrance's doppelganger, but I am old. So let me just do 5 out of 5 sprays. Let me know if you can recognize the team and, of course, the player along with it. That would be cool. And here we go. 5 out of 5 for this robust 2013 Oriental Spicy. Boom. 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 And boom. I really stand by what I said. I mean, spraying this 5 times here, I feel like it's like a pharmacy. I feel like there's a medical, it really does have a strong medicinal vibe to it that I'm just not buying in the initial blast. But boy, does this sucker settle down. You take care of yourself. I hope you have a great week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what juice you're rocking. Show some love and support by all those affected by Hurricane Helene. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Brian, thanks again very much for this. And know that I will be wearing this one the entire month and beyond. This is going to be my fallback. No, that's no pun intended. It's going to be my autumn fallback. When it comes to on days I'm not wearing the fragrance that I'm reviewing, because this one really is just so much fun, and it really is right in my wheelhouse in terms of the note breakdown. Man, so I'll be rocking this juice most of the fall because I did get rid of the Eternity Aqua, which was perfect for the summer. You guys have a great week. Thanks again for watching. It means so much to me. I really appreciate everything. I enjoy reading and commenting back and forth with you guys throughout the week. Make sure you check me out next Friday. And always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Not to flog a dead horse here. 2 things I want to say. Number 2 is let me know. Do you guys say, where I'm from, we say to flog a dead horse. And it's funny because here in Illinois, everyone always says to beat a dead horse. And I had never heard that before. Do you say to beat a dead horse or to flog a dead horse? Nothing like a random question on a fragrance review channel.